Hello, everyone, and welcome to Business Today Television. I am Bhavya Kaushal, and today we have with us Ganesh Balakrishnan. He's the co founder and CEO of Flatheads. And if you are a Shark Tank India lover, you would know how special Ganesh's journey has been. So, thank you so much. Welcome, Ganesh, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me and looking forward to the chat.
Thank you. So I want to start by asking Ganesh, when you came on Shark Tank, I believe that the episode was shot in August or September. So you
Yeah.
did not get funding and, you wanted to reassess your priorities, reevaluate, your decisions and everything. And then we know that after the story was, after the episode was aired, it was like a complete different story. Your inventory was sold out. But I want to ask that how was your journey after you stepped out of the Shark Tank India episode? You did not get funding, and you had shared that a lot of things were waiting at your doorstep. So would you like to begin with that?
Sure. After the Shark Tank pitch, where I decided not to take the funding, um, uh, and basically, it has been a journey of putting the business on hold until the Shark Tank episode airs and seeing what happens. Right. So that was the first thing I did. Got our business on pause, negotiating with all the suppliers, talking to all the employees, and telling them about this. A lot of those things happened. And then I started exploring and talking to multiple people. Of course, Anupam's offer was on the table, right? But I really wanted to explore on the D2C brand front itself, yeah, if there are any opportunities that I can be a part of. So those conversations were on, and in the meanwhile, I was also doing some consulting assignments. So that's what has been my journey, waiting for the Shark Tank episode to air. And Yeah, that's pretty much where I was.
Yeah. One of the things, that really stood out was that after the episode was aired, there was outpouring support. And, one of the things that really caught everyone's eye was that how everyone really came together and they supported you. They identified their journeys in your journey. And the inventory was sold out. And as a result, you also introduced two categories, the not out category and the day zero category. So, would you like to talk about that?
Sure, absolutely. Once the episode aired, I think the whole support that we received was unprecedented, right? I had not expected that at all. Um, as you rightly said, what they really identified was with the actual daily entrepreneurial life, right? So this is what it was. This is how entrepreneurship is. It is not about unicorns and fundings and IPOs. It is about the daily struggle. It's about how you survive despite trying to beat all the odds. That is what resonated very well with people. I think "Down but not out" became a became a war cry, almost like a slogan over the next 2 weeks. So I've been trying to. In the aftermath of all this, as you said, we sold out our inventory. We launched a limited edition not out collection, right, which was basically crowdfunded. So we didn't have the capital to make more shoes, so we just asked people to come and put in their money and place advanced orders, and we promised that we'll deliver that shoes within 60 days. That was an auto edition, and right now we are making those shoes to deliver to the customers. We sold out that entire 900 orders within 60 days, 60 hours, right, which is about 2.5 days, which is incredible, right?
Yeah.
Now we've launched a Day Zero collaboration with a Kingdom of White brand, where we are doing white apparel. In the meantime, while we try to figure out how to resurrect Flatheads, right? So my core, work right now is trying to figure out what is the right way forward for Flatheads. That's what I'm trying to do. If there is, a funding event, or if there is a buyout kind of an event where it becomes a part of a larger portfolio, those are the kind of conversations that are on right now. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, fingers crossed, one of those will fructify sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. That's so amazing. Also, I'm sure that you must have been asked this question many times, but I really want to know how did your family react, when you didn't get the funding, when you came back and, after the show was aired, there was this outpouring support. I think what really caught everyone's eye was how your wife, your parents, and your sister, and everybody else, supported you all throughout this journey. But yeah, would you like to share with our viewers what was their reaction and, what was their take on this entire episode?
Well, they didn't expect it to happen like this as well.
Also,
But
did
yeah,
you tell them that you actually like cried on the show? I mean, you broke down on the show. Did they know that beforehand? Okay, they did. Okay.
yes, they did. Of course, they did. Um, uh, and which is why we were quite embarrassed, right? There are not many people that cry on national TV. It's not a great spectacle, which is why we didn't talk about it openly to a lot of people before the episode aired. But I mean, I'm glad that the support came out the way it did. Right, and see, my family has always been a pillar of support, regardless of what the circumstances are. Right, so my previous startup, Momo, we did well. We got an exit for the startup as well. They were supportive when things were going well at that time, and through Flatheads when things were not going well, and we decided that we're going to put a pause on the business. Every time it has been constant encouragement and support, saying, "Hey, you know what? It's okay. Bad times and good times will happen, but you just need to stay on the path." Right. So that is something that I have always heard from them. Whether it is my wife, who is the earning member of the family for the longest time, and my parents and sister, brother-in-law, everybody, they have been super super supportive. Right, and thank God for that. I think entrepreneurial journeys are not just about you individually trying to do your startup, but it is also about people around you supporting you and encouraging you along the way, because that doesn't happen in isolation at all, right? So I'm really glad for the support that my family has given me, for sure.
Right. Great. Great. Also, your journey has been amazing, but now I'd like to know more about Flatheads. So, how many sales are you doing? How many orders you are able to, deliver on a monthly basis? And, what are your short-term goals for Flatheads?
Sure. My immediate term goal right now is to figure out if there is capital that we can get in, so that we can restart Flatheads as an operation. Right. So that is what is going on right now. We've In the meantime, what we have done is, because our 900 shoes sold out, right? We are trying to figure out whether there are interesting collaborations that we can do with other brands. Right, we did one with the Soul Store with t-shirts, and now we are doing one with Kingdom of White. So these are brand collaborations that we are trying to keep going, which also gets us a little bit of income. They are gracious enough to share, part of the revenues with us as well. Trying to get some, money going so that we can get started on Flatheads. That is the immediate goal. Also, as I said, there are potential longer term conversations around how Flathead should, can it revive on its own? Can it be part of a larger portfolio of brands? Those are the kind of conversations that are on right now, right? So that's where the energy is going to.
Yeah.
In terms of sales, it has been insane this month. We sold out our inventory in 38 hours. And then we also sold out the Northrop collection. Effectively, we are at about almost 60 lakhs to 70 lakhs right now, which is much higher than what we had ever done in Flatheads when we were running along. So that support has been great. The question really is, how do we bring the core of the business, which is the shoes, back, right? So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so Flatheads is very much alive, up and running, and there are some great times to come for it, right?
Yes, absolutely. Looking
Right.
forward to what's happening next.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you spoke about some long-term conversations. So would you like to throw some light that, right now there's a lot of curiosity around Flatheads and, people are coming to support. But, if we talk about the business model or the business side of things, Ganesh, where do you see Flatheads in the next, say, 3 years or 5 years?
See, now that the brand awareness has been built out, now everybody in the country knows about Flatheads, right? Which
Hmm.
is great for a new emerging brand. That is the biggest thing that we fight for, right? Now that that has been established, I think there is definitely value on the table for Flatheads as a brand, right? So what we are trying to do is see if there are people who are willing to back Flatheads to take it to the next level in terms of building out this as a casual footwear brand with great shoes for work as a fitness, right? So that has always been the vision, right? We will have to do a lot of work, just taking on feedback from the sharks as well. We'll have to do a lot of work on what exactly should be the right pricing for the market. We were priced quite premium in the beginning, and that was a learning for us, right? So should we adjust for the pricing and release a different kind of shoe in the market? Should we focus on international as part of this and be really a made in India for the world brand? Right, it's a high time that there are brands that are made in India that go international as well, right? So, is that a story that we can build out? In 3 years, I would like to see Flatheads as one of the key fastest growing brands in the footwear space, in the lifestyle space going in. So that's the vision that we really want to drive. The direction is still being defined, right? So we are trying to figure out various options. That's basically where we are.
Right, right. Also, one of the things that really stood out in your journey was that you come from, you worked with top companies, you've studied at premier schools. But from your journey, is there something that, the young entrepreneurs can learn, that even though, having labels or, studying at universities like IIT and IIM is great, it's amazing. But to become an entrepreneur, you need something more than that, something on the lines of resilience, perseverance, and patience, which you exhibited so brilliantly. So, do you think there is more? There are some lessons that the young aspiring entrepreneurs must take back from your experience.
Absolutely. Um, See, education and graduated from top colleges is a privilege for sure, right? And that is something that enables us to have the freedom to get in and explore entrepreneurship on because we are able to build a nest egg a little earlier. That's the way I would look at it. It's a privilege for people like me. But that doesn't change the rigors of entrepreneurship at all, right? Yeah, according to me, it doesn't matter which college you graduated from or which label you have. Labels are great when you're going to corporates and it looks good on the resume, right? Something that they will look for. But entrepreneurship is all about grit. It is about that never say die attitude. It is about trying to figure out every day how your company is going to move to the next level. That doesn't come from, unfortunately, our education system, right? That is something that you will have to build as a core belief and core attitude in yourself. That is what a core entrepreneur is, and it doesn't the labels don't define it at all. Just because I'm an IITian doesn't mean that Flatheads will do well. It doesn't make any sense, right? People will still have to accept the product as a great product. People will still have to pay their hard-earned dollars or rupees to for our company to earn revenues, and we will have to make great products that people like at the end of the day. Just because I say it is made by IITians doesn't make it a great shoe. Come on. Right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. One last question. I also got to know that your daughter wants to become an entrepreneur, and I believe that Piyush Bansal is her favorite shark on the show. So yeah, it'll be amazing to know about her plans and what are the things that she's looking forward to and how inspired she is from your journey.
uh, well, she's also getting used to all the hype, right? So she didn't see anything like this before. My daughter, she's 10 years old, so very young in that sense.
Okay.
She's an artist, so she does a lot of paintings and stuff like that. And ever since I introduced her to Shark Tank in season 1, she hasn't missed a single episode, right? She always goes and watches. And now that she's doing math in her school, she's doing percentages. She says, "Appa, I know exactly what equity and debt is and how percentages work. So this is really cool." Right, so she's using that in school as well. But staying in this environment where we are actually where she's seeing how how the effort it takes to build a company out, right? That is something that is invaluable as a lesson. The conversations we have on the dining table around, is this the right business? How do you sell? what are the, how do you think about value propositions, how do you start from scratch. All these things are something that she is learning, which is invaluable. Her so what simple thing that we started doing was we got her paintings in a calendar, right? And we put it out there for people to buy. So she got her first taste of entrepreneurship in a flea market, where she was actually going and pitching her product and trying to sell her calendars and showcasing her art, right? So we are trying to do small things like that to get her to encourage her on the entrepreneurial journey, and she is super pumped about it. Hopefully she'll be a much better entrepreneur than I ever have been.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Ganesh. Thank you so much for this conversation. It was lovely speaking to you. And all the very best for Flatheads. May you continue to inspire entrepreneurs of this country and the ones that are there across the world. Thank you.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.